something exciting with you today. Next week, I get a brand new wheelchair. And as exciting as it is, I wanted to share some of the other feelings that I'm dealing with as I feel that it can help you in your life. Now, this wheelchair I've had for 6.5 years, and I started the process of getting my new chair in June, as these things never go fast and do take a long time. Now, doctors recommend getting a new chair every 6 to 10 years, but this one was definitely starting to have some issues with some of the electrical parts of the chair, and so I'm glad it's held out over this process. It's kind of like a car. It starts to break down in certain areas and becomes unreliable. And with our busy schedule, I need reliability. And so believe it or not, in this chair, I've actually put on 1,951 miles. I actually did a blog in September of 2015 when I hit the 1,000 mile mark on my odometer. I shared all the things that I had done in those 1,000 miles, and I now look back and see many more things that have been accomplished since that time. I've actually released my second book, My Next Move Forward. I've spoken almost 200 times, I think 197. I've traveled to 16 different states and speaking. But more than anything, Doug and I have embraced the dream and vision of speaking to youth, and we are seeing that happen. And I'll tell you, I've made some very hard and scary decisions in this wheelchair, really walked by faith, stepped out, and now see that this chair has brought me to many places and has helped me accomplish my dreams. And so one thing that I wanted to share, with this being my 4th wheelchair, is that there's something that I've experienced each time when I get a new chair. Many people think it's like new clothes, real fun, but actually there's a bit of a grieving process, as this is a huge change for me. Every time I've gotten a new chair, there are different things that I gain, but also lose. And so it's just now that I'm realizing and reflecting on what those different things are. What many people don't realize or know, that this wheelchair is not just my mode of transportation. This chair is part of me, my body. And so it's with me every day. I know it inside and out, and really areas of what is right and what is wrong. And I rely on this consistently. I can do the functions of this chair with my eyes closed. And so this chair is made specifically for me. And so when it comes to having a new one, there are some adjustments. And I realize and have learned that change is hard, or can be hard, for all of us. And I'm recognizing for the first time in all my years of sitting in this chair that the first couple of weeks will be an adjustment, and can even have times where it's difficult. And in the past, I was surprised to see these feelings, but now that I've done this multiple times, I can recognize how this process is going to go. And so the first thing that will be good is that it will be new. Everything will be clean and fresh and smooth. I'm so excited, really looking forward to that, as there are some really cool new features that I'm looking forward to. But the harder part is really grieving the things that I once had that I won't have. And every chair is different. When I got this last chair, I soon realized that one of the functions that I used all the time in my old chair, my elevator, could not be utilized unless I was tilted all the way forward. So most people notice that I am tilted farther back. That's a position that I like to be in. I don't like to be tilted all the way forward. Plus then, to go straight up in the air, it's uncomfortable. And so when I got this chair, I was sad that I would not be able to use that function anymore. Plus, all of my functions were a lot slower. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm always on a mission, and I like things to be quick. And so when the buttons were taking more time to do things, it was frustrating. And I see now that it's because of government regulations and safety measures that had to be put into place. And these things seem very small and almost trivial, but it really bothered me, as I'd been used to doing things a certain way, and now I had to do them differently. For a time, I wanted my old chair back. And that's what happens with change. We get excited, but then we start looking back, wishing that we can get those things back that we can't. And a lot of these changes were beyond my control. Now, the new features are going to be fun, but again, it will be change. And so the fact that I'm now recognizing this is really what has me excited, and I think it will help me adjust quicker than I have in the past. And so I'm going to be sharing those new changes in my next vlog, so be sure and tune into that. Now, the other thing that's different this time is that my new wheelchair has actually been here since the end of October. And so it arrived, but we've had a busy schedule, and I've actually been able to sit in it, but I was not able to bring it home with me right away. Our schedule just did not allow that. And so there are a lot of new things that will be different. And so I've been able to process that in my mind over this past month. Now I'm embracing this change so that I can be better, can continue enjoying my life, and can continue sharing my message with others. So how does this apply to you? Many times we want to make change, but we're not forced to, so we don't. We complain about things that are wrong, but we don't take the action steps to change. I mean, imagine what my life would be like if I kept this chair. It wouldn't take long or my electrical system would give out because, as I already mentioned, I'm having problems with that. My batteries would die and I would not even be able to move. And so I have to make this change, even though I'm a bit nervous and have anticipation. But this is a change that I have to make my own life better. So with this being said, we're a couple weeks away from the new year, 2019. Can you believe that? Man. And this is really the time that many reflect over the past year and see what they want to change for the next year. So I'm sure many of you are wanting to make changes, but don't know where to start. Well, let me ask you this. How can you move forward in the new year embracing change? And let me ask you this also. What changes are you not willing to make in order to create what you want? Or what do you actually need to do to live a healthier life or a better life? Maybe it's a relationship or a friendship that needs to end. Maybe it's a business venture that needs to be researched more. Maybe you're having health struggles and you need to find a healthier way of eating or living. Or maybe it's a dream that you've always let sit by the wayside. Whatever it is, I challenge you to make the changes necessary to step towards this goal and have change. To move forward in my life, I have to embrace change. So I ask you today, will you do it with me? And also, who or where will you ask for help to work toward these desired changes? This is what the PIC Crew is all about. We need each other. So it's a very important question to ask yourself. Now, I can't wait to show you my new chair and how I am embracing this change. See you soon.